A very intelligent acquaintance of mine posted a question on Facebook a few days ago, and basically saying, what is the best home defense? And I'm going to answer that question, but I want you to answer it, and whoever gets the answer right is I'm going to send them a box of ammo. So hang on, this is going to be a fun topic. So I'm going to read the entire question for you about home defense. And it's a well thought out question. Could have maybe used a little bit of clarification, but there's a lot of people who've responded. And I'm going to read some of those to you because I think they're important. But before I do, I'm going to give you some statistics. If you don't know, I am in the security business. I've been in the security business 23 years now. And we do an array of things. We don't just do home security and home defense. We do have a range, do some training. We do a lot of corporate security. We do installations for all types of different locations around the U.S. I can't say we're in all 50 states, but we're in a lot of the 50 states. But I'm going to read this question to you. My friend's name is AJ. I won't give his last name. My friend's name is AJ. That is his name, AJ. Home defense. I'm an Army veteran and so familiar with firearms that they are as familiar as carrying car keys to me. I recommend an M1911 45 ACP or short barrel, double barrel, 12 gauge, loaded double-aught buckshot to stop home invaders and would-be robbers. Both are simple to operate and have brutal stopping power. Another good option is a .357 revolver with hollow points. Any of the three will limit the hearing to one's witnesses. If you are partial to a Glock, I recommend the 45 ACP with or the 10 millimeter or the 45 gap models, full size. None of these are best for carry type weapons, heavy and bulky, but great to defend the home. I am personally impressed by the 45 gap. It never really caught on, but it packs a massive wallop. Matter of fact, Tim, one of the guys who does some engraving in our gun shop, he loves a 45 gap. That's what he carries. With crazy high muzzle velocity and around that big, finding ammo, I assume, is not that hard, but only one pistol is chambered for it, so it might be expensive. Okay, one good option would be having two loaded .357 Colt Pythons handy. If you use up to the first 6, you won't have to reload. You do not want to be on the receiving end, especially if loaded with .357 rather than 38 rounds. For those you don't know, .357 pistol will also shoot a 38. Remember to secure weapons against being found by kids or crazy visitor relatives. Lock them up in a gun safe when away from your home. So it's a good thought, and I like the way AJ presented this, and I think all those are pretty good options. Now, I am going to send out one box of ammo to the one person who gets the answer correct. If you've watched any of my other videos, you will know, and I'm going to try not to give it away, but you'll know the answer. I'm going to give you some statistics. Okay, here's the statistics. He's talking about, home invaders, home intrusion, break-ins, that type thing. So at least 40% of all home break-ins, home invasions. I mean, most of us as Americans, we think, okay, I see this happen in movies. It always happens at night. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's asleep, right? That's not the reality. The reality is that at least 40 and upwards of 60% of all break-ins happen during the daytime. And of the percentage of those, 40% when people are home, 40% of them those break-ins end up in death or injury. This is what got me into the firearms business. So if you don't know, we own a firearms company. You can check us out. 18guns.com is our firearms company. But I had a lady come home from work. She was a bank teller. I don't know if she was a bank teller. She worked at a bank. Came home for lunch, and she's a mother of 2. For whatever reason, she had not set her alarm system on her house. So when she walked into the house, she walked in on someone or people breaking into her home, and they shot her dead right in the middle of her kitchen, or someone shot her dead in the middle of her kitchen. This is one of those murder mysteries never solved, never got the thief, never got the murderer. And so she's dead, left 2 kids, left a widower, and it made me start thinking at that time, people need more than just a home security system. Like, it takes more than just a home security system to deal with people who are just evil. People are just evil. And so that's what got me into the firearms business. I was never opposed to guns, nothing like that. I just simply, my business at that time was security systems, camera systems, and we still do that today. But I love AJ's question, and I'm going to read some of these responses, because really honestly, they're great responses. So let's just start at the very top. I won't read all of them, but I'm going to get you a good idea. And remember, whoever gets the right answer, the way that I would answer it, I'm going to send you a box of ammo. So, would love to have 1911s, all somebody said. How about this tactical 12 gauge? Now listen, it's a tactical 12 gauge. It's not a bullpup or anything, but I happen to think shotguns are great for home defense for a number of reasons, but I'll share that in a few moments. Oh, come on, here we go. View previous comments. Well, how did I do this? View previous comments. Okay, here they are. It says, I won't ask what people actually use, but this is more about a theory. So, good stuff. I have a 12 gauge tactical short barrel loaded with 6 shells of potent shot. I call it a hallway clearer. My everyday is a Springfield Hellcat 9mm or XD40 Mod 2. Then an S&W Bodyguard 380 for backup, usually on the ankle. Depends on my mood. LOL, laugh out loud. Somebody else said all the above. And then somebody named John says, so the 10mm or 45 ACP on a 45 ACP frame may be slight overkill. Handles like a champ and no worse of kick than 45. Somebody else said, I prefer a DP12. That's a really nice 12 gauge shotgun with 30 mini shells. My M4, my 5.56, Sig Sauer, P226, and S&W. So everybody's putting all these guns out there that they're saying is the best thing for home defense. Similar here, Josh says, I have a 12 gauge bullpup with a tight choke next to the bed. Daily carries a 9mm with hornady rounds. Occasionally I will take my 45 with me in the truck, depending on where I'm going, and I try to avoid Memphis at all costs. Yes, I think most of us here in Tennessee. Carl says, yes, I agree. If I had to use a gun, it's because they're not where they are invited. Winston says, I keep a Browning Satori over and under beside the bed and a judge loaded with buckshot in the first chamber and 45 mags under the pillow. The buckshot causes the mark to duck or cover. The mags will penetrate solid stone. Okay. I would like to test that one out. I would like for you to show me that, Winston. All right, Alan Rader. As a commanding officer, my son was able to choose any weapon as a sidearm. He carries a 45, the same type of pistol that he earned his certificate pistol, distinguished shooting medal with. So, I'm going to read some more of them. I'm going to get down to this, I promise. Would love to have a 1911. That's the one I read earlier. Sorry, I got one back to the same one. Then somebody says, how about this tactical 12 gauge? And another friend says, double barrel shotgun loaded with double aught buck. So everybody is talking about what their favorite gun is for the house. There's a few more responses as well. Quite honestly, the gun that you know how to use, that you are the most comfortable with, the one that you've been trained with the most, depending on what your level of expertise or experience is going to be the best firearm for your use. I happen to have beside my bed, and I'm going to give you why I have this and why I think it is probably one of the best home defense weapons. I'm not giving my answer away. By telling you this, I'm not giving my answer away. I I have a bullpup shotgun with a 10-round magazine that shoots both birdshot and double-aught buck. 10 rounds is quite a load. And the reason I like a bullpup is it's a short barrel. You can pie a door very easily without having to stick a barrel this long out the door before you get outside the door to shoot. And if anyone ever breaks into my house, that's probably what they're going to get is it's an ATI, American Tactical Industries. It's not an expensive shotgun. It's a very accurate shotgun, and it cycles really, really well. It'll eat anything. It'll eat high brass, low brass, birdshot. I mean, I put all kinds of even junk ammo through it, and it shoots just wonderfully. I love it. But back to the question. So, what is your best tool for home defense? And again, I've been in the industry 23 years. We have seen death. We've seen thieves go to some amazing lengths to get into homes. I've literally seen chains tied around safes. I've seen safes ripped through the wall. I've seen thieves drag safes down driveways until they bust open. We've seen air conditioning vents taken off the roof for people to get inside of buildings at night. We've seen people go up underneath the floor into places that had crawl spaces. Them remove some of the flooring, cut their way in. We've seen people cut through walls. People cut through doors, particularly garage doors. They'll jack them up if it's in a place where you can't see. So there's all types of amazing things that thieves will do to get into homes or businesses. A lot of those stories are from businesses. The Roof was a business down in Nashville. So for the question, what is your best tool against home defense? And please be specific. I will give an answer. I'm going to put this on Facebook and on YouTube. I'll give an answer to everyone. I promise you that my answer is more correct than probably yours because I just feel confident that way. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I don't think that people think proactively. You need to think proactively. Protect your home, protect your family, protect your kids. I mean, gosh, man, things can be replaced. People can't. And the last thing you want to have is somebody break into your house, put you at a disadvantage, and then you fall into that statistic of 40 to 60% of people, or 40% or more home break-ins end in death or injury. Not a good statistic. Don't care how good you are with a gun, it's not a good statistic. Hey, like and subscribe, please. And I will put the answer, if somebody answers it, I'll put the answer on there, and then I'll also, if somebody gets it, I will honor you with a box of ammo.